Does this sound familiar? You watch a how-to guide on YouTube, you follow the steps, but you don't seem to get the same results that the person presenting the video has got for you. So what exactly is the missing piece? Why is it that 99% of the YouTube videos aren't going to help you at all? Hello, I'm Grandmaster Max Illingworth. I'm not just a chess grandmaster and past Australian chess champion, but I'm also a certified high performance coach. And this, along with my own experiences watching so many YouTube videos on things like self-improvement, chess, business, marketing, even YouTube itself, allows me to share some of the things that are missing. You see, maybe some video will get you one part of the solution, but every person is a bit different, right? And maybe there is some mental blocker that you have that is stopping you from implementing effectively. Or conversely, maybe there's another skill that you need to master that's not related to that video in order to be able to implement effectively. Because it's all well and good to ask you some sort of question, but if you don't have a good answer for it, if you don't take that space to figure it out for yourself, then the results aren't going to follow. And I'm going to share a couple of my own experiences. I'm not going to name specific YouTube channels as such, but I think you can relate to this in general. One example was with YouTube, where I said I'm going to get to 1,000+ subscribers as quickly as I can. And so I was watching all the videos, how to get 1,000 YouTube subscribers fast and all this kind of thing. But there were a few problems with that. One, in trying to make some big changes, in some ways I lost myself in the process, and it was very frustrating to see when you put so much time and effort and energy into something only to find that your results are worse when you put more of that effort in than when you are lazily doing absolutely nothing or the bare minimum. Does that relate? Have you had this experience where you put in more effort and you get worse results? Well, that can often happen when you are following different steps and you don't have the actual feedback, as it were, or you're getting this feedback of, well, now we are doing it worse, and it's like, well, now I'm confused. Do I go back to the old thing and accept my mediocre, lukewarm results, or do I keep trying this new thing, trying to make it work, and then see the results going down, down, down with every new effort you make, like it's a Black Mirror episode, only in reality? Well, another example as well, and this one maybe stings even more, where, I had noticed that there was some very wealthy people making videos on YouTube, right? And so I got this big brain idea. I started to get resourceful because at that time, my financial results were very disappointing and underwhelming and were way worse than pretty much any other area of my life, as it were. And so it occurred to me, well, if I make the same decisions as wealthy people make, I'm going to become wealthy as well, right? Maybe you've had this thought as well at some point. Maybe not necessarily with wealth, but perhaps with some other skills, true or true. So I thought, well, I'm just going to make same investments that these very wealthy people are recommending, and then I'm going to have similar success. And I think you can know what happened, right? My investments went down a lot in value. And it was so stupid in retrospect of me because I'd been making decisions on my own that were really good. I was making a small number of decisions, but I was making good decisions. The investments I was making were generally going up in value. I was generally selling at the right time. I was already doing the right things. But then I thought, well, getting some advice from other people, like listen to this guy, listen to that guy, then I'm going to get to their level just by following that. But I then realized that was wrong. And this is a big thing I found with YouTube, is that when it comes to YouTube, and subscribers, believe it or not, quality is of like the quality of what you are saying, of the information you provide, is probably not even in the top 10 important things in YouTube. And this is important to understand, that when you see people like with more views, subscribers, whatever, it's not really a measure of quality. It's not to say that their content isn't good quality per se. A lot of the top channels do have very good quality, quote unquote, content. But the point is, that's not the way that the site is designed. It's not designed to measure the highest quality or to give you the best solution for your situation. It's measured to give you what are you most likely to watch and to continue watching so you spend more time on the site, which is good for people like me because it makes it more likely you're going to watch my videos in the future. But that's the point to keep in mind, that 99% of the YouTube videos you're going to be watching that are based on like giving some sort of advice, it's not going to help you. In fact, it might actually make things worse at first for you. Not because the advice itself is bad, but maybe it's just not relevant for your situation. Or let's say you find this lucky 1% of YouTube video that actually helps you. Well, this is where things get really interesting, because when it comes to some more general challenge, let's face it, if you're looking up something very specific, such as, I don't know, how do I play the pterodactyl defense in chess, you're going to get almost no results because it's so oddly specific. But if you have something very general, like how do I get rich quick, well, I don't know your situation. How am I supposed to like answer this question for, in this sort of sense? And I mean in terms of like whoever is coming up on the feed. But, we know it's a popular topic. TubeBuddy gives us a score of 100 out of 100, and we say, okay, this is a good idea. Let's do a video on it. And we have to come up with something, right? So it becomes this battle of, trying to get more views, more likes, more comments, and more subscribers. Because if we share our true message and a true tale that we want to share that's most important to us, but TubeBuddy gives us a score of 10 out of 100, no one's going to see it, and it doesn't matter the quality of what you say if nobody sees it. And this is just the reality of this platform. And, I wanted to speak about it because I had these experiences where I tried to follow all the free business advice and was wondering why my business was getting worse. I was following different free investment advice, and I was wondering why my investments were, hemorrhaging loads and loads of money. And this is why. It's because one single YouTube video, including any of my YouTube videos, by the way, cannot possibly expect to replace a specific understanding of your situation, of a clear direction and action steps that you can actually implement in your own life, and then the feedback on top of that to make sure that you are doing the right things, or if you are missing some key step, to be able to get right in on that. And that's the big distinction between just watching a free YouTube video. And let's face it, if it's free, you're probably not going to take action, no matter how good the video is. But even if you do take action, as I did, there's going to be some steps missing, or there might be some blocker in your mind that just stops you from implementing it effectively. Yes or yes. And so, in terms of how I would conclude this video, my main recommendation, if I had to give one, would be stop listening to the people on YouTube that give advice. Now, I don't necessarily mean don't watch them, don't use us to potentially understand things better or to expose yourself to new ideas, because that's how you grow as a person, right? But don't treat it like some sort of gospel where, like, okay, he says I do it, so I'm just going to do it. Think about how it relates to you at this moment. Think about, well, what might be some step that is missing and who is the right person who can help me with that. And when you do find that right person, then absolutely be willing to pay them for that help with that problem that's the biggest thing that's holding you back. Because if you don't pay the sum, you're not going to get the rewards. This is just simple first principles of life, that the amount of action that you take and the quality of the action you take is directly proportional to the amount that you have invested into that course of action. Now, it's true that doesn't necessarily have to be a monetary investment. Maybe it's a different type of necessity. One example would be like a mortality motivation. Like, if I don't get this done within a year, myself and my family will all be, lined up, shot down, and killed. It doesn't have to be, oh, you need to invest $5,000 in order to make this happen. But the point is that money is the easiest way to make it happen, and something that is within your control. So that's one thing I would sort of give as a takeaway. I would say, don't listen to the free advice, but make your decision based on your own judgment, and use your intuition as well. And recognize that whenever you watch some how-to video, there's always going to be some steps missing that you need to at least be cognizant of. And then from there, you can try to fill in the steps yourself, but accept that there are some things you're just going to get there a lot faster if you just pay up for the right thing. So that's about all from me. I hope that you really enjoyed this video. And if this message resonates with you, please leave a like and definitely subscribe for more videos like this. And I'd also like you to comment below on your thoughts. Do you find as well that 99% of the YouTube videos don't really help you? And do you find that of the 1% of YouTube videos that do, that they don't really lead to some lasting change or far greater result because there are still some steps missing that you need to figure out on your own end, or with the help of someone who you are able to invest into to actually get those results and have that commitment? Let me know. I'm very interested to hear your thoughts, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.